Alright folks, we back again with another great episode of Game of Thrones. It's your man, oh my god, you peasants. Someone's oh my OMG, you peasants. Welcome. 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 Here we go. First of all, I'd like to apologize for some misinformation that I gave you guys last week. I said that Littlefinger told Sansa that their Uncle Benjen was in River Run, but I was wrong because he said Benjamin Tully was in River Run. My bad. Doesn't matter because we now know where Benjen Stark is. We'll get to that later on in this video. Also, I'd like to thank my my subscribers and people that come back to watch me, like B Wiggs, Sean McDonald. They commented, they like. I don't know if they like the videos, but hopefully they do. I need to talk to you guys later. Please stay to the end of this video about something. Here we go. So we start off with Bran being pulled through the forest by the girl. Forgot her name. And while he's pulling her, he's like learning a bunch of shit like fast. Like he's seeing a bunch of flashbacks from all different people. He's even seeing Rhaegar yelling, "Burn them all, burn them all." And in my opinion, this is him learning how to kill White Walkers by burning them. While this is happening, the White Walkers are also like running through the forest chasing him. Don't know how they didn't catch him yet, cause Hodor was holding the door pretty fucking long, which was sad to watch. I'm sorry I brought that up. Then she basically falls. They're like, she's like sitting there like holding him. He comes out of his flashbacks and they just looking at each other like he's like, yeah, they're here. Or we're basically a done deal. Stick a fork in us. Then all of a sudden a guy in a black robe, face barely shown, he sees his eyes, comes up, saves them, kill a few White Walkers, and he grabs Bran, throw him over the horse. He grabs the girl, helps her on the horse, and they get away. At this point, we don't know who it is, but he seems to display some type of knowledge on how to kill White Walkers using fire. I don't know what the name of the weapon was, but it was useful, it worked, but he wouldn't fuck with a whole army with just that. But we'll get to that later. Then we get over to Sam and Gilly, and she's looking at the window like, it's so green here, and she's never seen grass. Well, she's probably seen grass, but not so much, because she's never been that far south. She's only been north of the wall. Then they discuss how Sam's going to introduce her to the family, and how that whole dynamic is going to be because he knows his father hates wildlings. When they get there, Sam's mother and sister basically greet them when they walk through, and hug everybody. They introduce themselves, whatever. Then Sam's sister's like talking to Gilly like, oh, let's get you a bath and let's get you into a nice dress for dinner. What color do you want? Do you want light blue? Maybe a silver? Maybe a silver, you know, stuff like that. And she's just looking in shock and awe. She's just like, she's never seen a castle before. She's never seen any of this before. She's never been in an actual dress. Only them little tarps and clothes they wear north of the wall. So she barely even answers. She's just like, whatever you want to put me in, bitch. I don't know what the fuck none of this shit is. Sam's father is out on a hunt, so he's not there yet, but they will be there for dinner. Then we get over to the king and High Sparrow. The High Sparrow basically brings Tom in to see Marcella for the first time. They have a conversation, and at the end of the conversation, she basically tells him like, the gods have a plan for all of us. Then we get back over to Sam and Gilly, and Gilly comes out. Sam sees her in the dress and says basically, you know, regular shit, oh, you're beautiful and shit like that. But the dress is too small for her. She says she can barely walk in it. She's not used to it yet. But he says, you're fine. Then they get to the dinner table, and Sam's basically talking about things his father starts talking about hunting and all this shit, and then he says, we've hunted rabbits and squirrels and shit to eat north of the wall. I don't know if it's of any importance, but Sam's father says that we met the Umber dude. But anyway, the conversation continues, and basically Sam's father like get real like disrespectful to Mouth. Now, granted, Sam not gonna pop off and really like fight him, but Sam is Sam. Like we all got love for Sam. Feel me? He's the brains behind the Jon Snow operation. Or while Jon Snow was back at the Night's Watch being top guy, but we'll find out where that goes. So then it gets to a point where Gilly stands up for him, saying that he can hold a sword and all this other stuff, because his father said he can't even hold a sword. Then she tells him that he actually killed a White Walker to save me. He shoved a sword through a White Walker's heart to save my life, coming back south from north of the wall. I worded that wrong. You know what I meant. Then he asks him, is this you trying to get back at me by bringing a wildling to my dinner table? Then he basically calls Sam a bitch and then tells them that their invitation is rescinded. Sorry, almost ran out of memory. Had to make some room on my phone. But before he even gets to say, I rescind your invitation the whole way, Sam's mother hops up and says, all right, we're done. We're excusing ourselves from the table. She calls her daughter. They all get up. She says, Gilly, come with me. Sam basically just sits there for a minute or two. Then he just continues talking to Sam. And he says that Sam dishonored the family. But then, sorry if you hear that, my dog's walking around, plus my fan's on. Apologize. Then he basically says Sam has dishonored the family. And she's like, no, you dishonored yourself. He then tells Sam that this is the last night you will ever stay in this castle. What the nigga don't know is Sam about to be Jon's right-hand man. He about to boss up. Ain't gonna need your little ass castle, because he probably about to be chilling in, King's Landing with Jon and shit. Feel me? If Khaleesi don't get there. But even so, he might still be chilling in King's Landing with my nigga Jon B. That's what we hoping for, B. Then Sam goes to Gilly's room, basically apologizes. Then they have a little conversation. They make out a little bit. Sam says goodbye, because they're staying at Gilly and the kid is staying there. He said Gilly's gonna work in the kitchen, the kid's gonna be raised properly or whatever. Then my nigga bosses up, turns around and said, alright, pack your shit, let's go, grab everything, we out this bitch. She's like, I don't have anything to pack, I don't have shit. She's like, alright. He's like, alright, fuck it, let's go. He goes back into the dining room. He grabs the sword, the Valyrian sword, the family sword that was supposed to be given to his father's first son when he dies. He like, fuck that nigga. And Gilly's like, they're gonna come to take it from me. He's like, alright, I wish that nigga would. That nigga have a problem on his hands, B. Nigga have a problem on his hands, B. I thought that was me sword fighting. I need to stop. Then we see Arya. She's at the second part of the play where actually the play is where they killed Joffrey, and she actually like laughing. Everybody like boo boo, and she's like the one that's sitting there laughing. Nobody notices, but anyway, after the play's over, they're like everybody's on the stage, doing their bows and saying their names and stuff like that. She runs in the back to poison Lady's wine. Then on her way out, she actually bumps into the lady. Has a whole conversation with her. I am fucking up. She has a whole conversation with the lady about making the play better. Then Aya appears to leave, and then when the lady starts to talk to whoever, she begins to drink. Well, she's like raising her glass to drink the wine. Aya comes back and slaps it out of her hand and says, "Watch out for that one. She wants you dead because she wants your roll." And then she leaves, but the bitch that's been beating her ass was there and seen it, and goes and reports back to the guy, the mini face guy, and she's basically like, I told you. Now can I you're gonna hold your end up on the bargain by letting me kill her, basically. He's like, yeah, just don't let her suffer. Aya, before that happens, Aya goes to get Needle because she still had Needle, so she basically intended to remember who she is at the end of all of this, because she just hid Needle between some rocks. She goes back and get Needle, then she goes to like this, I don't know, I guess, I don't even know what like a stoop, I don't even know what to call it, but she's there with Needle. She blows the candles out, and then she sets herself up to basically be ready to fight whenever someone comes for her. Then it comes time for Marcella's atonement, and Jamie comes through with an army. He ready to fuck shit up. Lady Tyrell also shows up. Then the High Sparrow start popping his shit. This nigga on some balls. She's like, yo. Saying like, yo, y'all ain't taking shit from us. Shit meaning Marcella and her brother. Then Jamie's like, yo, I will kill every High Sparrow before Marcella reaches the end of the street for her naked walk. Then the High Sparrow announced that there's no naked walk necessary because she brought us a better atonement by bringing us King Tommen. So basically, King Tommen gave himself up for Marjorie and announced that that the crown and the faith are two pillars that will restore the world order. Then the High Sparrow lets Tommen and Marjorie leave. And Lady Tyrell's on the side, like, the one guy's like, what's happening? And she's like, he just won. And he just smiled at them like, yeah, I got niggas in my pocket beating y'all can't do shit about it. Then we get back to the Iron Throne, and the king is sitting there, and he basically relieves Jamie of his duty in King's Landing. After that, we get to Walder Frey, and basically he's talking to his sons who basically lost River Run to Blackfish. He then tells them, we have 10,000 men, we outnumber them, go and take it back. Then presents Blackfish's nephew, who is Lord Edmure, and he tells him that to loosen up, you going home, basically. Then we get back to Jamie. He's in a room with Cersei, saying that he's being ordered to go help Frey with Blackfish, and after that, he's basically like, I can't leave here because I don't want you to stand trial while I'm gone in case some shit goes left. And basically like, I got the mountain. It's gonna be a trial by combat. I got the mountain, so I'm gonna win. And she basically it's basically her devising her plan of how she's gonna beat everybody, all her enemies. Then we get back to my boy Bran, who wakes up and figures out that it's his uncle Benjen that saved him from the White Walkers, and his uncle Benjen says that the Three-Eyed Raven sent me here. He reveals that when he was north of the wall, the Night King, was it the Night King that stabbed him in the stomach with an ice sword? He then was turning into a White Walker, and the children found him and saved him by stabbing him in the heart with the dragon glass, which basically reversed the turn. Even though he was kind of decaying, because like his face is longer, it's paler, like his skin's like all torn a little bit in his face. Then he tells Bran like, you're gonna have to train or whatever, but you're gonna be powerful, and by the time the Night King comes for you, you're gonna be there waiting, and you're gonna be ready to combat him or to win. Then we get to Khaleesi, who stops the army because she sees something. Then she tells them to hold on, and she goes ahead a little bit. Then they all see the dragon fly over them, and the dragon got big than a bitch. That dragon got big as shit. And the dragon lands, and she was already riding. She was riding the dragon, and then she basically gives them a speech like, "We're all gonna film it. We all about to be powerful. We about to go this place and take over. Do I have your backing to rule the Seven Kingdoms and all that stuff?" And they're all chanting like, yeah, we got your back, we got you, yeah. About to go slay shit, yeah. And then the dragon roars, or whatever dragons do, and he has some Godzilla action. Like, you see, now this is where they budget at. He see like the little shit in his mouth like turn like this as he roars and shit. He has some Godzilla action, B. And I can't wait till they get even bigger. And of course, that was the end of the episode. I kind of expected Tommen and Cersei to get killed this episode, but that's soon to come, I guess, because we're supposed to be getting... Should I be telling y'all this? Anyway, to B. Wiggs and Sean, next week I'm going to Summer Gym in New Jersey. I don't know if I'll be able to put up a video that night. I don't even know if I should put up a video at all. What I wanted to ask you guys was, do you want me to put up a video whenever I get the chance, or do you want me to just take the next week off? Or anybody that finishes this video, put a comment letting me know that, or email me, whatever, to let me know if you want me to even make a video next week, because I won't be able to get to it until probably the next day. That's basically it. Y'all know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Your boy OMG Peasants is out. This has been another week. Holla at me.